Okay, we're just going to do some quick around the house vibration measurements. And the first image is showing you the sensor, how it's set up, green piece of tape, 1 foot away from it on the floor. And then I had to sandbag the sensor because it's not well coupled to a smooth hardwood floor because we have no spikes or anything like that. So now we're just going to look at some background noise. So I'm set on manual recording here. 0.102 millimeters per second, run it through another system. Right now in my house, my refrigerator or nothing is really running, furnace isn't running. So the background is 0.15 or whatever. Now, just to give you an idea, if I just walk around a little bit, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm just walking around a little bit, I've got readings of 0.6 millimeters per second. So that kind of gives me a gist what the background is with me walking around. So I've got a chair set up very close to where that green piece of tape is. I'm in waveform monitoring. I'm walking very carefully so as not to trigger it. This chair is about 30 inches above the floor, and we'll drop that, and we've got a record, and we've got 39.8 millimeters per second. Now that is a water bottle that is kind of soft, so it actually deforms a little bit as it's hitting, so not as impactful. It weighs 1 pound, 2 ounces. Now here's a pound of frozen butter that I'll try to drop right onto the same thing from the same height. And we'll get a record there. And we're at 114 millimeters per second. Okay, try that once again. Again, it all depends on how flat it all hits, and so that didn't sound as loud. 107 millimeters per second. And once again, I'll drop the water bottle. .1 millimeters per second. Okay, so that kind of gives us a gist as to some of these internal in-the-house vibrations. I am now going to move that very carefully. And I'm just wearing my hiking boots, and I will just take a step here as I'm walking by. And I'm not going to be able to read that one because it's on the other side of me, but let's walk the other way. Boom, here. And 2.81 millimeters per second. So just one other thing to notice, I don't know if you see it here, but hardwood floor, winter, lower humidity, and so the floor actually splits somewhat, and I would say this split in here is on the order of 2 millimeters. So while I don't physically see it moving, obviously I know there's been movement in the house. So that's pretty much it for this dropping experiment and walking. Okay, so here we've got the instrument mounted to the wall. And I'm going to put a nail into the wall. So we're monitoring. So let me put it in about here. I'm going to tap it until I hit the 2x6. So that was there. And 26.1 millimeters per second. And now I'm going to tap it until it's about halfway in. 70.5 millimeters per second, and I'm about 8 inches away. We can try another nail, move it closer. Again, we'll go here. Wood, 47.9. And 109.7. Okay, so this is my garage door going into my house. I've got the garage door open and I've got the back door open. So there's a bit of a cross breeze, not much of a windy day or anything on, but I've got the sensor mounted right by the door frame. And I'm just going to undo the door and I'm just going to let it go. And that was 108 millimeters per second. And of course, we have this happening, you know, all the time around the house in the summer when the two doors are open and someone just goes out to the garage, kicks the door open, and then just lets it fall shut by itself. And that was 99.7. So virtually 100 millimeters per second, and happens all the time. Usually it's followed up by a Doug. And we'll do it again. This is at 0.5 meter to the first two sensors, and then it's a full meter to the second sensor back there, third sensor. Okay, now I'm 1 meter away. And this is now 1.5 meters.